Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's XclusiveVapor here with Exclusive Vapors, showing you how to do your basic dual coil 6 wrap using 22 gauge wire. I'll be building today on my Kennedy Ruby mech mod. Tools you'll be needing for this basic build is first your wire. I'll be using electrode 22 gauge wire, cotton bacon for your wicking, a set of scissors, set of pliers for minor adjustments to your wire. And then I'll be using ceramic tweezers to pinch my coils, screwdriver to unscrew and screw your screws. I'll be using a small set of finer tweezers to tuck and adjust my wicks. I'll be using a coil jig to wrap my coils on a 1/8 bit, and also a set of wire cutters. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get up close and personal and show you guys how to do this build. Alright, what's going on, you guys? Here we are up close and personal with my Kennedy Ruby, and now let's get into this basic build for you guys. Now what I'll be using is electrode 22 gauge wire. Go ahead and open her up. With this, I like taking about a foot of wire out, then cutting that in half and using that as for my build. If I can get this wire open. There she goes. So with that, take her out. Strain her along the way. There you go. Take your wire cutters, go ahead and clipper. Then you can set this off to the side. Now what I like to do, take my wire, put the both ends that I cut out, bend her just a little bit to where you get this right here. Take my wire cutters, just cut her right there in the center as much as you can. Now you have your wire for your first coil. Now I'll be taking it, putting it in the coil jig as so. Again, I'm wrapping this on a 1/8 bit. Go ahead and start one of the wraps. So we're gonna count 6. I already done 1. That would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. 6 wraps. So I can get my camera to focus in on there. I know some of you guys are saying that might be a little excess of wire, but I would like to have a little bit of excess just so I know where I'm wrapping. Now once you take it off the coil jig, you see how you get your janky little uneven wire at the end. See how it's a little bent off to the side right there? Just take your pliers, just go ahead and tighten her down, pull her tight. And do a little bit of, just dress her up as much as you can. Now what I like doing for my coils is I like to bend them or end them at this 90-degree angle of itself. The reason I do that, I'll show you guys in a bit, is so when I do my pre-bends and whatnot, it's able to sit in the RDA much easier rather than ending them on both sides. That's just my personal preference, my personal offer or whatnot. Go ahead and fix her up. Go ahead and take off that lead. we go. Now to do my prebends, I take that lead that's going that way, the lead that is away from me, put it in my pliers gently and bend it. Then you're ending up with something like this. Go ahead and dress up your wire a little bit more so you have that more of a 90-degree bend and the wire is straight. Now what I like to do, put my coil back in the pliers and bend the lead that's sticking up towards the lead that's going this way. So you'll end up with something like this. End up with that. Something nice. And from there, I do my pre-bends. Pre-bending your wires or your coils will make it a lot easier later on when you're trying to put them into your RDA. Now once I make this first pre-bend, put my wires into my RDA and see where it sits. So when I do bend, grab my tweezers right here. So when I do bend this wire right here, I can eyeball it to see where I need to bend it so it would sit like in the middle of my air holes. So it seems like I need to bend right around here just so I can get these coils to sit in the middle. Pull out that coil. Bend that wire, like such. There you go, you guys. 2 pre-bends on 1 coil. Go ahead and set that coil to the side and repeat the same process. And there you go. You got your next coil right there. Nice, purdy like. So what I like to do when I'm installing my coils into my RDA, what I like to do is take the jig or take the bit that I wrapped my coils around, put my coils on there, like so, and install it into my RDA. Then while my bit is still in my coil, I'll take my screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, and tighten her down. On that negative post. From there, take my wires, bend them up just a little bit, see where they sit, or take the leads of my coil, bend them up just a little bit, and go in with my clippers and clip those excess. And there you go, there's your first coil installed on your RDA. Now, do the same exact process with your other coil. Put in your bit, and install that bad boy right in there. Go ahead and tighten down both screws now that you got both coils installed. Don't worry, when you're tightening down the negative post screw, your other coil will move. That's because you have that other lead sticking through. You can go ahead and adjust later on. So go ahead and remove your bit. Take your wire cutters and go ahead and cut the excess. Now with this, as you can see, it's going to be hard to clip this one off because it's sitting under the coil. What I like to do, take my pliers, and twist her out. There we go. Now you have two almost even coils, but here comes the most simple part of the build. Just adjusting them to where they sit evenly. As you can see more of the coils on this one, and this one's just sitting all weird. Turn it the other way. They're just sitting at an angle. What you want to do, take the bit that you wrapped your coils on, put them in there, start adjusting them until they're even. Till they're nice, even. Turn them sideways. Look at that. Now you can see better. Now you can you want them sitting parallel to each other. Same height. So when you look through them like this, they're even and they're at the same height and everything. So let's go ahead and do that. Don't be afraid to make bold adjustments either. There you go. There you go. Now see how they're much even and clean and sitting about the same height? That's exactly what you want. Now let's fire up. See how she heats up. This is where you'll take your ceramic tweezers and start pinching your coils until you get them to even up evenly. So the way you want your coils to heat up when you're firing them, you want them to heat up from the inside out. You don't want them heating up from one side into the other coils. So you just want them heating up from the middle out. You want to pinch them. That's why I like using ceramic tweezers, being that they're non-conductive. You can go ahead and pinch your coils while you're firing it. Almost got there. Almost got it there, you guys. And that's what you're looking for right there. You want them to even up evenly. See how she's glowing, you guys? That's exactly what you want. And don't be discouraged. Once you fire it, you'll see the leads heating up. Don't say, oh, I need to rebuild my coils. No, just go ahead and take your ceramic tweezers. If you don't have ceramic tweezers, you can use pliers as well, but you gotta wait until the coil cools down, or you'll get this one coil is heating up while the other one isn't. So with your tweezers, go ahead and just start pinching them, dressing them up. Then you'll get something like this. Oh, as you can see, this side over here heated up first faster than this one. Let's go ahead and see if we can do that again. See that again. Just continue to pinch her, you guys. Continue to pinch her. There you go. That's what you want right there. Blow her down to cool her off. Now to the best part about building your coils, the wicking. What you want to do, take your wick. I'll be using cotton bacon. I love cotton bacon, and I just love the way it holds the flavor of the juice I'll be using. Go ahead and find yourself a piece of good cotton bacon. What I like doing, once I got my good thing of cotton bacon, I like rolling it up, my fingers, and taking my scissors, find the middle part of the cotton, give her a nice little snip. Now you have two about the equal size cottons that you can use to wick your RDA. Now with that, roll up one side, just a little bit of it, to where you got like almost this needle point. What you want to do is put it right through the cotton, or right through the coil. Pull her nice and gently. From here you can just fluff her up, pull off a little bit of that excess. And you want to do the same thing with the other coil. Roll that little end right there with your finger. Slide her right in there. Pull her gently. You want to make sure that when you're wicking, your cotton's not too tight, or your juices won't flow from the bottom up into your coil, or not too loose to where when you're juicing your cotton, it's not going to touch the coils at all. Then you're going to have this weird, you're going to just keep dripping and dripping, and then you're going to get this weird taste in your mouth. You want it just right to where you can pull the cotton like so on both sides, just easily. Now when I cut my cotton, I like to cut as if I'm following the rim of my RDA. So I'm going to snip it at an angle, almost following the outside of my RDA. And now, you see how they're angled? Because I was following around my rim of my RDA. Now I'll take my fine tweezers, just tuck her right in there in those spaces. Now, being that I am using a Kennedy RDA or a Kennedy Ruby, some of you may know that right there, the air holes. You want to make sure when you're wicking your RDA, you're not blocking any type of airflow, so you get enough airflow coming from the bottom, touching the coils. Go ahead and tuck in the other side. So as you're wicking, you want to make sure right underneath there you're not blocking any type of airflow. As you can see the air holes, none of the cotton's covering over it. If you do, because I could see it on this side a little right here, you see that? How it's covering the airflow? Take your tweezers, go ahead and push her off a little bit to the side and tuck her back there. Like so, and there you go. You have more airflow coming through. Now, let's go ahead and juice her up. The juice I'll be using is Elix Juice Co. Strawberry Guava. I love their juice line. It's the house line that XclusiveVapor has. It is amazing. I love it. You can adjust your wicks better once you start juicing it. So if you want to do a little bit more minor adjustments, throw some juice on there, wick her right. Taking your tweezers, tucking her down more, adjusting her up, making her even. What I like to do, I like following the top of my coil and flattening her down so it all sits nice and flush. So it sits nice and flush. Let's go ahead and press that firing button. Vapor is produced, but as you can see, that fan effect, you can go in there and adjust your coils. Go ahead and put some more juice on her. Fire up one more time. And you got the vapor. So yep, that's how you build your basic 6 rep on a 1/8 bit using 22 gauge wire. Now let's go up and on FaceTime and we'll go from there. Now that we finished building her, let's go ahead and see how she hits. Smooth, smooth, smooth. I love it. It's chucking clouds. That's what you want, especially in a Kennedy Ruby. You want to make sure you're using her to the best of her ability. I love what Kennedy did making this product, and I love it. Look at that. She's amazing, isn't she? All right, there you go, you guys. That's basic build. That's your basic wick, and like and subscribe, and if you guys want to see more, go ahead and give us shout outs on what you guys would like to see, and we'll give out more videos later on. Also, in the description below, we will include links to our Twitter, our Instagram. Don't forget to follow us. Don't forget to follow me, Hawaii_Vapor, and tune in for our next video, you guys. Peace. Also, don't forget, we do have our raffle still going on. We need 100 subscribers for that to happen, though. Once we reach that 100 subscribers, we'll pick one random winner from that 100 subscribers, or if we hit more than 100 subscribers, whoever's subscribed, whoever's liked our videos, you guys will be randomly picked to win a Air's Play-Doh starter kit. It will come with a free 30 ml bottle of juice of your favorite choice of flavor and the mod itself. And so catch you guys later. Aloha and mahalo for tuning in.